was on earlier. Let me put my earpiece in. Okay, there we go. I was on earlier. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And I did some gift cards and I told you I was gonna come back at 12 or 12:15 to make some bracelets. So that's what I am doing. Just trying to see how I'm gonna show you my board. Maybe I might have to move back slightly. Hopefully I don't mess nothing up because I got a candle right here. Um, Let me move back so that I can show you my board a little bit better. So I think that's good. You can see my board now. You see my candle right there too with vanilla sugar. Hmm. Getting into the holiday season, I'll probably move it up here just to keep it out the way. But yeah, so I am making, again, like I said, I'm making some custom bracelets. So I do have a couple things out that I think I want to do, but hey, we're gonna see how things turn out because I have a couple different ideas. So I'm gonna take these and well, I can leave those here. I don't even need to move those. I'll use this space right here. I have a tiger eye cube bead. It's just a rectangle tiger eye bead. So I have that there. And then next, I am going to add some tiger eye beads. I have some loose here, some 8 millimeter tiger eye beads. Very nice beads. So I'm going to just fill those around. I'm gonna use the ones that I have a loose in this little cup. Look, hey, jewelry makers, don't let your stuff get like this. Don't be like me. Be better than me, okay? So I am just adding the beads, and then we'll put some, some spacers and stuff in here. So I may end up taking some of these out, but in the meanwhile, I'm just adding the beads, and then I'll put some accent beads and stuff in here. Oops. So let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Let's see. Nine, 10. Got that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. And then we will add some spacers. So I had these gold spacers. Hey, welcome everyone. I'm just making some bracelets. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up and hit the like, subscribe, and share button. So I do have these gold, they're like square beads. They have like little lines on them just so you can see them. And so I'm going to add some of those in here um, just as accents. And then I also had some this type beads I thought that I wanted to use. Let me see. Some disc type beads. Welcome everyone. And you know what? Guys, guess what? I don't even have the ring light on. So sorry for that. Let me see if I can turn it on real quick. Sorry, you guys. I'm working like on my lunch break today because I wanted to get this out today. In time for Christmas for a customer. So here we go. So I have that. And then I said I was going to use some disc like beads. Let me see where they are. Let's see, they might be in here. They are in here. Some disc like beads. And I'll just use a couple of those. They're small, but just to add a little something, to the bracelet. So I might actually change that out. I might put that there. Do I want to use that or do I want to use the other ones? I have different shades of gold beading, so I'm just really looking to see which one looks better when I add it. Maybe the bigger disc looks better. So I'll use the bigger disc. Welcome, welcome. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button. I hope you all can hear me because my AirPods were acting weird earlier. If you can hear me, can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Want to make sure that I can be heard. Okay. And so I'm just designing the bracelet. I'm going to add some more discs. And I think that looks pretty good. I don't know if you all can see it. Let me see. But I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. And it's this one right here. So from there, I will begin stringing the beads. I think that's going to be big enough for the wrist. And I will begin stringing the beads. Hey there. It's a tiger eye bracelet. So it has a cube center. And then it has some gold hematite disc spacers and then just some gold accent beads. I'm not absolutely sure what material they're made out of, but they are gold. So from here, I am just stringing the beads, nothing too major. Sometimes I do use a beading needle, but these are, you know, just going to string these on. So, hey everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Christmas Eve. Let me see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're not already. Okay. So I am just stringing the bead. Shouldn't take too long. And I have my light down a little lower, like dimmer than I normally have it. Because this morning when I went live, I was like sweating. I when I was finished, I guess the light was like way too bright. So I was like sweating. But I'm feeling cooler now. And then I took that fleece jacket off too. But in the morning it's a little bit colder. So but yeah, I took that fleece jacket off. And so I think I'm at a decent temperature right now. Welcome. Hey there. My name is Aisha. That's my name. My name is Aisha. She is life. That's what it means. I was named by my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. Yep. Welcome. So I am just stringing the beads. I know, guys, it takes a little bit, not too long, but long enough. I'm about halfway done with stringing the beads, and then I will be able to show you the finished product. And so the ring light does help me with seeing the hole in the bead as well. But I'm just stringing the beads. I'm making a hematite bracelet with gold accent beads. Yep, that's what I'm making. And this is a custom order, so it won't be available for purchase. But if you do like it, hey, you can always let me know. Hey, you like something similar to this, and we can do that for you. Okay. And I'm getting down to the last few beads. Yep, getting down to just the last few beads. And then I'd like to measure it before I tie it, just to be sure of the size in inches. All right. I'm just gonna measure it. Mm, I have that those beads on that row. So it looks like it's about an 8 inch. So I'll probably remove a couple beads because I do have this little golden bead that I want to add so that we can hide the knot at the back of the bracelet. So I can cut the string now and then I'm just gonna take off a couple beads because I don't want it to be I don't want it to be too big. So that's about at a 7 1/4 right there. So then I'll add this little spacer type bead, which will make it about a 7 5/8. So it makes it a little bit bigger. And then what I like to do is just count my beads again, just to make sure. I like to make sure it's even on both sides. So 3 1 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So that one has 4. Okay. So do I want to add another one? Let's see. So sometimes you just have to kind of, play around with it if you know the size that you want. Because I want it like slightly bigger than a 7 1/2, but if I make it an 8, it'll be too big if I make it an 8. So you just really got to try to kind of play around with it. Excuse me, to see what you want to make. Okay. So that one is just lightly under 8. It's like I'm sorry, 7 7/8. So I think I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna go without the one. I'm gonna take a chance and make it without it, which then puts my bracelet at just over 7 1/2. So we'll stretch it out. Sometimes I stretch it prior, but hey, today I'm stretching it after. I'm just gonna tie it a couple times over and under. Yeah, and pull it. And then I am going to add some glue. Now, don't laugh at my glue, you all. This glue has been giving me the flux, and I actually almost threw this glue away because I'm like, why does it come out so quickly? Like it comes out really fast out the spout. So I did surgery on it and opened it up from the side. So we're gonna see if it comes out. I don't know if it's gonna come out. Let's see if there's any more glue in here I can use. Oh, yep, it did. There was still more glue in there. And so I just put the glue on, kind of stretch it. Sometimes I fan it, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on how I feel. You know, depends on how I feel. So I am just fanning it, let it dry a little bit. And then I am going to cut the strings. And once I cut it, throw that in the garbage, I can hide the knot. See that knot? I can hide it right in this bead. And look at that. Beautiful bracelet. It's a little bit bigger than my size, so it will most likely fit my customer. Yep. And there it is. And then I just put it on this to kind of, let it rest on there and dry. And then we move on to the next bracelet. So the next one I'm going to make is, I'm going to see if I'm going to do a black one or if I'm going to do blue lapis lazuli. So the blue lapis lazuli is very pretty. It's a very pretty stone. It's like almost a midnight blue, and it's very pretty. So trying to figure out which one I want to do. If I want to do the black hematite first or the blue lapis lazuli. Now I thought about making another trio bracelet, but I have one of those already made if I wanted to go with that, but let's go with the lapis lazuli. And then this time I will measure this one on the actual measurement here. Okay. So as I did before, I'll just start putting my beads up here. I have them in this little holder, so I just start putting my beads up until they get to, close to the length that I want. And then we can figure out what design we want to make with them. All right, so we're at 6. And then we're at about almost 7. But we can stop there because, like I said, we do need to, add something to it, which I think I'm going to add something silver to this. Since it's blue, I'll add some silver. Now, I thought I had some hematite beads out earlier, but I don't see them right now. I don't see them right now. So we shall see. I might have to check my other bead case for them. But even beyond that, I did have out this face focal bead, and it's silver. It says faith. Oh, hi Lily. Yeah, it's just faith. So this is how that looks. Just the faith bead. So I'll put that one in the center. So it'll probably be between 3.5 and 4. Put it there. And then I will need to add some silver. Like I said, add some silver. Again, I thought I had my silver hematite beads out, but apparently I put them back up. Let me see if they're in here. But I thought I took them out of the case this morning. Let's see if I have anything silver in here. Nope, I don't see anything silver in here. So I may have to look for something. Let me see. But I thought for sure I took them out. Oh, you know what? No, they're not in there. Um, hmm. Just thinking. I don't see those beads. So I'll use some different beads since I don't see those and I don't really want to look too far for them. But I do have some antique looking beads in here that I can use. Um, Hi there, 5G. Hi there. How are you today? Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you have not already. And so these are just some antique beads that I have. Antique looking beads. You can see them. And then I'm going to just use one of these polishing cloths to kind of just rub them a little bit, wipe them down a little bit, before I put them on, before I add them to this bracelet. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Just wiping them down using a polishing cloth. You can get this polishing cloth on our website for $1. Yep. And then I did have these metal beads too. I haven't used them. Well, clearly I haven't used them, right? They're still on they're still here. But they look kind of tarnished. Like these are the beads. I'm gonna show them to you. These are the beads. As you can see, they're really not that, you know, they're really not that shiny. But these are some of those same beads that I have here. These are some of the same beads, and I'm just wiping them with the polishing cloth, and they are turning out shiny. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're beautiful too. You know, everything God made was good. So you're beautiful too. Thank you so much. So I'm just wiping the beads, and they are um getting back shiny. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you. I can't really see who I was watching right now unless you add a um add a comment, then I can see, you know, who exactly is there. Okay. But I'm just shining up these beads for right now, so that I can use them in this bracelet. So I've done one, two, three, four, five, six. This is seven that I'm doing, shining up, eight, nine, and here's one more, 10. Yep. So next, I'll add those in between the beads. So we're gonna see how many I do. I may do every two beads since I only did 10, so maybe every two beads. And we'll see how that goes because I still want to add my other antique beads that I have. One, two, three, one, two, three. I just did three. Hmm, maybe I won't do that. I know decisions, decisions, right? This is what happens when you are designing a bracelet. Yeah, when you're designing a bracelet, you are in control. And I am just creating my own unique design. Oh, I wanted that bead. And the lapis lazuli beads, they are all blue, but some may be like different shades of blue. And that's like really part of the beauty of them is that they are different shades. They all may not be the same shade of blue. Okay, let's see where we are now with our beads. We'll add another silver here, and then we shall see. I want to make sure my pattern is even. Let me see. Let me scoot up a little bit. Make sure my pattern is even. Make sure it's symmetrical. Yep. And then we just keep on with the pattern. Yep. And so this one is getting close to 8 once again. So that means we're gonna have to take take something out because I did get this to add at the end to conceal the knot. So I'll probably take a couple beads out. Let's see how many we can take out. And we probably actually can do just two beads at the end to make it. And I'm just adjusting the pattern to get an accurate measurement. And so let's see. We're getting an accurate measurement. All right. So and now I will start stringing the beads. Okay. I'm gonna put these blue beads back in. And we can start with this one. That's fine. The one that will cover the knot. And then you just string your beads. And it's good to have a light, especially if you have dark color beads, so that you can really see, what you're doing and actually see the hole that's in the bead. So you want to make sure that you do that. And so I'm just stringing the beads. The blues are really pretty. Like I said, they're not all the same shade, which makes the bracelet very unique and makes the stone very, very stunning. 'Cause there's all different shades of blue within the stone, one stone. Okay. Welcome in. Welcome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. So we're just making a blue lapis lazuli beaded bracelet, and it does have some antique silver accents and then some metal beads as well. So we are just making a bracelet. And this bracelet can be worn by anyone. It's a unisex bracelet. It could be worn by a male or a female. But this particular bracelet, all the bracelets that I'm making on here today are for a custom order, so they won't be available on the website. But if you happen to see something that you like, you can always let me know and we can make you something similar. Okay. And so we're about at the little bit past the halfway mark with stringing the beads. And we are just stringing, getting to where we need to be with this bracelet. And as you can see already, it's looking lovely. Yep, very nice. I like the way the colors are blending with each other. And we are just getting getting it done. While I'm stringing this, I'm still thinking about that hematite bracelet. I'm not absolutely sure what I want to do with that one, but we will see. I may do that in another live. I get a little more inspiration. I like to make bracelets when I'm inspired, and I normally listen to music when I'm making bracelets, but I'm not quite sure how YouTube feels about that. So I'm just making them without music today. All right. So We are almost to the finish line with this one. I find a hole to this bead. This is a dark one. There it is. And like I said, the lapis lazuli, beautiful color. No two beads are the same. And that's the beauty of the stone. All right, so I have it laid out. It looks like it's the size that I want it to be. Now I can actually cut the string if I like. And then what I like to do is stretch the cord. Now, some people stretch the cord before they string them, hey, which is not a bad idea, but I do them sometimes both ways. And this is close to an 8. I want to make it just a tiny bit smaller. So I'm going to take off one bead. So I want it just a tiny bit smaller, not too much, but just enough. So now I am tying the bracelet, tying the cord. I do 2 knots over and then 1 underneath, and then I pull, and then I hold it, and then add the glue. Once the glue is on, kind of let it, you know, dry a little bit. Just fan it a little bit, just for a little bit, not too long, because I'll let it dry on the holder. And then from there, I'm gonna take the two pieces, hold them just like that, and then I will cut the string and throw that in the trash. And then this is how I conceal the knots, just like that. And look at there, we have a beautiful blue lapis lazuli bracelet with antique spacers and metal spacers. Okay, you see that? Yeah, it's a little bit big on me because it's not made for me, but that's beautiful. I'll add it to the rack. And guess what? We are done for the day. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.